What's up, Guardians? Kumar back again with a quick look at Xur's inventory. This week, he's in the Winding Cove of the EDZ. With the Season of the Lost changes, Xur's wares have been extended to not just include exotics, but some juicy legendaries as well. Alright, so as per usual, you can grab your exotic Engram for 97 legendary shards. If there's anything that you don't have, the game will fill in that slot as long as it's not one of the new exotics that is acquirable through a lost sector. So this week, our exotic weapon is Monte Carlo, a solid 600 RPM auto rifle that reduces melee cooldown. Definitely a fun auto rifle with the right build, but if you're a new player or low on legendary shards, I would probably pass on this. As far as the exotic armor goes, we have a pretty nice selection this week. For the hunter, we have the Liar's Handshake. Gauntlets with an overall stat of 59. If you like melee builds, these gauntlets are for sure a solid choice. They give you increased melee damage after using your charge melee or after being meleeed by an enemy or another combatant. While the overall stats are quote-unquote low, these gauntlets pair well with the exotic Monte Carlo, allowing you to use your gauntlet's ability more often and to keep that melee charge up. For the Titan, we actually have a really nice Helm of Saint 14 with an overall stat of 62. This helmet adds blinding to your bubbles, and with the new changes to supers this season, this role is actually kind of spicy. The intellect and resilience might not seem ideal, but the intellect helps you get your super faster and more often, and the resilience allows your bubble to absorb more damage before being destroyed. If you don't have this helm or are sitting on an 1100 variant in the vault, this role is a W for sure and definitely worth getting. For the Warlock, we have the Claws of Ahamkara with an overall stat of 63. These gauntlets give you an extra melee charge, which is nice on Top Tree Dawn or Karen's Reach, aka Middle Tree Arc. These are nicely distributed stats with the recovery and the strength. When it comes to Xur this week, it's all about being a punchy boy or girl, so get out there and beat some ass. Xur now has these legendary weapons, which he never used to have before, so it's definitely worth checking out if you're maybe missing one of these weapons, or maybe he sells a better role. For the legendary weapons this week, we have, starting off with the 7th Seraph Carbine, a really great role for this season because it includes auto-loading holster and rangefinder. This is a great role for this particular auto rifle because being a 450 RPM, they do hit really nice. The stability is very easy to control, and with auto rifles being the only option as far as anti-barriers go, the 7th Seraph hands down is probably one of my favorites. Auto loading lets you put it away and reload while you're maybe doing damage with an energy or a heavy weapon. So overall, I think this is a really great role for the 7th Seraph auto rifle. For the hand cannon, we have a 7th Seraph Officer Revolver. Another weapon capable of producing Warmind cells, just like the 7th Seraph Carbine. This is a solid 180 RPM option for sure, and the role itself lends it to be a decent PvE weapon. The Last Dance, still in the current weapon pool, so I'm sure a lot of you out there probably already have this weapon, but if not, it's a decent role with threat detector and rangefinder. Definitely nothing to write home to mom about, but worth picking up if you don't have one. The Timeline's Vertex is a fantastic fusion rifle capable of removing any enemy instantly. This adaptive frame is a nice middle ground between impact and charge time. Add in the seasonal artifact mod, Particle Deconstruction, and this thing really starts to sing. The role of Firmly Planted and Demolitionist really synergizes well with some of the game's stronger grenade builds. So I would highly recommend picking up this if you don't have a good solar fusion rifle. The Long Shadow, it's been in the game forever, so it's still a solid sniper option. At the adaptive frame level for 90 RPM, it does a lot of things well. This particular roll is not something that I would really spend the 50 legendary shards on, but Rampage is a nice sniper perk for PvE. Hipfire grip, though, kind of loses its luster on a sniper rifle, so I'll leave this one up to you. Honor's Edge isn't shifting any metas anytime soon, but for an arc sword that's not a caster frame, it's an excellent option. This one has Tireless Blade and Shattering Blade, both perks revolving around your heavy attack, so not a terrible option at all. The last weapon he's selling is the Frozen Orbit. This thing is amazeballs, and I love this weapon so much, especially in the Crucible. But this roll is honestly just ass cheeks. With this weapon still in the loot pool, I would just recommend hopping into the playlist yourself and grinding out for a little while until you get a roll that suits you or your playstyle. This is one I would definitely pass on this week. Xur's Legendary Armor, which is also another addition to this season, is the Forged Machinist set. And for the Titan, he's got a really nice set of gauntlets that are an overall 63 that are heavily weighted into strength. But if I could have your attention for a second, this helmet at 54 overall with recovery, discipline, and intellect is also another really great option. So for a Titan, by all means, come check it out. The legendary gear is really, really nice. And then don't forget to grab your exotic cipher if you don't have one yet. We'll go take a look at the legendary armor for the Hunter next. For the Hunter, holy moly, Bungie is giving out presents this week, y'all. The gauntlets, 65 overall with a very, very even stat distribution between mobility, resilience, discipline, and intellect. If you just need a pair of gauntlets, grab these for sure. Chest piece, 63 overall, mobility, recovery, discipline, intellect. Amazing. And this helmet, okay, cool. You thinking, oh, it's just a 58. Yeah, but look at the stat distribution. And then another pair of 63s for the boots. Resilience making up for the lack in some of these other ones. This set overall is a fantastic starter set. If you're a Hunter main and you are missing any one of these particular pieces, or you're a new light player just starting out and you need to fill some of those gaps, I get their 1100s, but use a blue, bring them up. It is so worth it. The rolls on these this week are fantastic, and if you are a Hunter main, I would grab these 100%. Now on to the Warlock. All right, and now here we are on our Warlock. I don't know what it is, but something about Titans, they got shafted hard this week because, man, the Warlock and Hunter sets are nice. If you like running and gunning and throwing grenades like crazy, depending on whether you like, bottom tree solar and you want to go for more of like an explodey grenade build, which Era has a great video out on if you want to check that out. But this set is insane if you are trying to go for a very nice beefy grenade build. We got a 62 overall with 20 discipline on the gauntlets. We have another 60 overall with 17 discipline on the chest. Another 63 with 27 discipline and 20 resilience. And then these boots with the strength. So, I mean, like, this is another very, very, very well statted set. Again, for my new lights out there, or anyone who might just be missing or needing to kind of fill out the stats in a specific spot. Maybe you're, a few points away from running a double 100 or something like that. I would definitely look into this set and see if there's anything that could be useful to you, because what a fantastic set. So that's everything from Xur this week. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you made it this far, let us know what your favorite thing that Xur is selling this week in the comment section below. Thank you all who watched. If you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on follow with notifications so when we make new videos like this, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you so much, and keep it real, Guardians.